Hi, everyone. I'm Paul.
I'm Kyle. This is the NotVeryRadio Podcast, where we rank an artist or band's discography from worst to best.
Yeah.
And we do it a way that I can't describe, and Paul can describe it if he wants, or we could move on.
This week we've got 21 Pilots.
Oh, shoot.
The format for this show kind of goes, whoever's the least familiar with the artist will tend to kind of lead the discussion. So basically, I will tell you where my placements are, and then Kyle will counter with where he has placed that album. And we go album by album from worst to best. We pick like highlight tracks and shit. And I check Spotify a bunch because I'm never prepared. I'm also eating right now because I just got off of an 11-hour work shift. So
yeah.
having a great time.
I texted him. I said, let's do it earlier, actually. And then he's like, no, I'm at work. I said, okay.
He texted me at 6:45. He was like, oh, actually, I could do 7. And I was like, dog, I haven't left work yet.
Yeah, my appointment that I
not
was supposed to have got canceled. So I was like, oh, well, that means I could do earlier. I love the Legos in the back, by the way.
Thank you. We're slowly but surely transforming this space. Just in time to maybe move, but we'll figure that out at some point.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. Well, I'm still eating, chat, but...
All right, well, before we move into 21 Pilots, we both agreed that we will just kind of share one album that we've been really getting into this past month.
yeah, new segment.
Yeah, new segment. I was going to call it Minute to Pitch It, actually. But I don't...
I kind of like that.
Yeah, but I don't have a write-up, so like I don't know how long it'll be. But I could just give it I could be short. I'll be short.
Biebery.
Yeah. So my pitch for this past month was Maruja's album, Pain to Power. Not even going to lie, it's definitely going to be my album of the year already. Spoiler alert for people that watch the future one. But I did a reaction to it on my YouTube channel, the one that if you're watching this not live, you'll probably be watching this there. And so that's why I said, spoilers anyway, because people probably already know if they watch it. But I loved that album. It's like a fantastic, just like brutally rock album with like a bunch of different like influences, and the lyrics, man, are like crazy. I was blown away by some of the words because I was expecting very or I guess ultimately it kind of like gives that mentality that I feel like people our age have, where it's just like the world's going bad, but it brings this sense of hope to it. Like even like they acknowledge that, and then they bring this sense of hope and encouragement, which is just really nice to hear in times like this. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I figured I would try and pull it up. I need to listen to it because Maruja used to come up on my like Spotify all the time.
Really?
They stopped recently.
That's probably because I switched to Apple Music.
Could be, yeah, could be.
Let's try to switch. That looks silly. I'm switching this back. But
sorry,
all your turn now.
All right, chat. I'm locked in now. I'm locked in. My pick for album that I've been listening to, there's been a lot of really good stuff. Like I'm thankful that I have this little bar here because I can see like the new Dying Wish and a band called Love EP. But I'm gonna pick the new Villanova. Or maybe it's not new. It might be their debut. I guess it's not really their debut. But Hit It by Villanova. This is like if fucking Issues and Periphery had a baby, and I thought I just didn't give a shit about Gent anymore. But then I heard this and I was like, oh, it's just jazz. And it fucking rocks.
I'll have to add that one in.
No, Periphery. A family friend of ours, his older brother, I think, was the original vocalist of Periphery.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't think it gets listed on, like, Wikipedia or anything, because it was, like, very early on, but, yeah.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pretty little, nice little tidbit. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, Hit It by Villanova. The shit rocks. Just listen to Oh No, parentheses, Believer.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll know whether you're going to like this shit or not.
Does marimba have actual marimba in it?
Probably.
Because I'm a marimba sucker. I'm a sucker for some good marimba.
Have you tried Mega Bonk? Prime time.
Also, did you...
Mega Bonk's a fucking game, isn't it?
Mega Bonk? Okay, now I'm not getting any chat still. I don't know what's going on. Whatever.
You can't see the people, Kyle?
It's not popping up on my little. I have a.
Oh, well,
I have like my stream.
that's because I
manager
didn't
up
hit
on
start sharing chat. Ooh.
Ooh.
Mr. Twitch.
You're supposed to know
Mr.
how to do
Twitch
this
himself.
stuff. I'm supposed to be the one that screws it up.
Yeah,
Actually,
I mean, that's fair.
I was going to say one more thing. Did you want to give a shout out to the Tiny Things EP?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to the Tiny Things EP.
Yeah.
Tiny Things, you should listen to it. That's my buddy Jake from college. Oh, it just played a second song from it in a row. Yeah, that's beyond chill. Tiny Things, it's my buddy Jake. He made a instrumental little EP with some like voice memos and shit. I am in one of them. You can hear me very clearly at the beginning of The Reservoir singing Kanye West's Stronger. I don't know the context for the clip, but there's...
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know the context for the clip, but yeah.
Cool.
That's all I got.
All right, well, let's get started on the 21 Pilots. I've been so excited for this for the past month.
I have been pretty excited. Let me see if I have... I think I took notes on a little bit of it. But I did not take notes the entire time.
No, I took 0 notes because this is what I was born for.
Okay.
I got freaking bandanaed up, man.
I ranked them and put my highlight tracks next to them.
Cool.
So that's as much notes as I have. All right, I get to lead this time, which is fun. But
also before we start, I just want to preface this just as for the whole podcast as we do it from this point forward. If you hate something, don't be afraid to say you freaking hated it. I don't want, I don't want to have to do the walk around. It was fine. I can see why some people you don't like it. You don't like it. I think it'll just be nicer that way.
Yeah, that's how you get views, baby.
Yeah.
We be really mean to shit that people poured their heart and souls into.
Yeah. Although this is my band, so you'll be really mean and I'll be sad about it. But that's fine.
I'm only gonna be mean about one thing.
Okay.
Maybe a few things, but yeah. Anyways, I guess we could just so little bit of history. I listened to 21 Pilots in like late high school, early college, purely on Kyle's recommendation because he was already in love with them, and I kept seeing them come up on like the Fueled by Ramen YouTube page, and I was like, oh, let me check that shit out. And for a long time, I was very, very into like Vessel and Blurryface, and then kind of when they started to blow up, I kind of was like, yeah, it's a little bit fucking cringy now, and kind of fell off with it. I kept up with, or I listened to Trench when it came out. Didn't really like dive that deep into it, and then I like fell off for a bit, and then I listened to Clancy last year, and I was like thoroughly impressed with it upon first listen, and I was like, oh, well, that's like pretty good. And then since we were doing this challenge, right when Breach came out, I was there for like the release of Breach, and all that. Kyle, you want to speak to your history with 21 Pilots as you wear your fucking bandana?
Yeah, I know. You were like Kyle recommended. It's like, really?
Nobody could have known.
No one could have guessed. So 21 Pilots, they're a pretty cool band. So I found them like senior year of high school, I think.
Probably
a little bit before a couple months before Blurryface came out. So like I found them in like 2014. Got really into Vessel. Got really into Blurryface. They're like the first band I really like fell in love with because I wasn't introduced to a lot of like bands growing up, and they sound like different, So like I became obsessed. As time went on, I kind of drifted away. I was like, it is a little cringe, but I do really like it. They released Trench. I don't want to get further into opinions on albums, but they released Trench. They released the rest, and I've kind of like. I've always been there, but I've kind of like dipped my toes in and out in different ways in terms of like learning about the lore. Like I knew a little bit once Trench came out. I was like, okay, there's a place called Dima. He's trying to escape. And then like I think a little bit before, a little bit after Scaled and Icy came out, I think is when I really was like, all right, I kind of want to learn a little bit more. And I end up like watching like a huge video that like would talk about like even things that like they would do in concerts with like lighting cues and stuff that would like represent certain things and whatnot. And I was like, oh, this is actually really cool. So that's kind of, I guess, and then of course I listened to the 2 albums after Scaled and Icy as well. But that's kind of where I guess the most I could say without spoiling how I feel on certain albums.
Very fair, very fair.
Yeah.
I will say Kenneth is cool. Hello, I've been better, but we're rocking on the show right now. And Chris also said, I know that 121 Pilots song that goes, "Baby, I've been losing sleep," and then said, "Counting Stars." That is One Republic, my friend. That's okay.
Yep.
We still love you all the
Close
same,
enough.
Chris. I forgot to hold on. What is it? Control Shift B. Yeah, forgot to block my bookmarks, but that's fine.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyways, let's start diving in. I will put our stipulation here, chat. We didn't do regional at best. I'm sure there's going to be some diehard fans. I'm sure the Banditos are going to be breaking my fucking door down in a minute for not listening to that. But
as the resident
half the songs are on
Pilot
Vessel
fan,
anyways, so why do I care?
Yeah, as the resident Pilot fan, I'll cover them. It's bad. Stop coping. It's bad. Just because you listen to the song 200 times to convince yourself that you like it does not mean it's now suddenly good. It's been bad. It's always been bad. Sorry. Any of the good songs are on Vessel, and they made them better on Vessel. So, suck it. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, Trees is still on Vessel. That was the
Yeah.
only one that I was thinking of. What are the ones that are not on Vessel? I remember you really liked one of those.
There's Forest. There are some interesting things about it, but I don't think it's anything worth like moving from.
Forest,
but songs like Forest I really like, but the thing is with each thing I think is, oh, that's kind of neat. There's always something worse, like a cringy lyric or bad production or overdone.
Yeah.
Like, because like as much as I like Forest, he has that like pre-chorus line where he's like, "I scream, you scream, we all scream because we're all terrified," and I'm like, and of course it's old 21 Pilots vocals done that way, and I was like,
Yeah, it's all very, very hokey.
yeah, and like the Slowtown is the worst song on there. People, 21 Pilots fans have the worst taste. I will say that right now. I sent you that one TikTok. No, I'm serious. Like I get those TikToks a lot where it's like me ranking the 21 Pilots albums. You'll be surprised how many 21 Pilots fans put Regional at Best as number 1 for their favorite 21 Pilots album.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
I'll never know. I'm not gonna go listen to it. I will never know.
Yeah. So
I will enjoy my ignorance as bliss.
We're gonna tell them the correct way to rank these albums right now.
Yeah. So regional at best doesn't even qualify. Chat.
Yeah.
Throw it out. Number 7. It's self-titled. Come on now.
Do I cut? I was gonna say, yeah. I'll come in now.
Yeah,
I also agree. Number 7. Yeah.
You do the same album.
Okay.
So.
I wasn't sure if I needed to let you speak first and then go, or just kind of go. But all right. Yeah. No, I agree. Let's hear your take.
I just flat out didn't like it. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I listened to it once. I had planned to try and re-listen because I re-listened to the other albums a lot. But it's just like, I think the production sounds bad. I think the vocals just piss me off.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to love about this one. I remember there was a couple that, like, I recognized track names when they would come up. I think because of you, like Addict with a Pen, I recognized, and I was like,
I love
okay,
that.
I could kind of see that. And then I think Trap Door was one.
Trap Doors, yeah.
But like, it was like, I think I almost enjoyed Johnny Boy.
Really?
I think I almost enjoyed that one just because it was so fucking like cheesy.
That's fair, I guess. That's why I can't stand it.
Yeah, this is bona fide ass theater kid music. Like, it's bad. I don't like it. It is bad. I'll put it this way. I could see how somebody could like it, and that somebody is probably the worst person you've ever met. So, with that being said, there's not a lot to say about this one. Again, like, it's not mixed well. I'm really tearing into it, but it wasn't like egregiously bad. It's just very bad. I would not listen to it again. This is also probably the only one I would not listen to again.
Here is my my take, and I guess I'll guess since you tore in, I'll give the defense. So first thing, in terms of like mixing and production and all that, I will say, at least from everything I understand, I could be wrong, but I think this one and regional at best, I think Tyler just did by himself. And even him, he has even said in interviews too, like he considers his first actual album Vessel. He said like, yeah, self-titled and regional at best. He's like, those were just collections of songs that we put out so people would come to our shows, and also so then we can make money by them buying our CDs, so then we can make it to the next show. So like,
yeah,
in that point, it's like I kind of get it with the production not being great, especially if he was doing it basically by himself.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the vocals, I think that's probably one of the biggest problems with it, and I think the way I kind of look at it is like there are some, even though I agree it's the worst album, there are some surprisingly great lyrics here from time to time. Like Friend Please, I think is like has the potential to be an incredible track, but I think the way he does his vocals is like he's trying so hard to convince you that what he's saying is dramatic, and you don't need to do that if we're just listening to the lyrics and can hear how they're dramatic. And you'll hear that in like future albums where like he'll say something really thought-provoking or, you know, sad or whatever, and he's not there going, I might be dead. He's just saying it, and the weight of the words is enough. He's not trying to make you think it's crazy.
He's matching it better to the song, like what he's doing. Like when you were saying that, immediately Neon Gravestones kind of popped into my head, because he is so somber throughout that entire song, and I feel like if he made that song during this era, or like during this like time of things, I feel like it would not have went over as well.
No, yeah. Well, that's, and I don't know, part of me wonders too, because like I hear self-titled and I'm always like, it sounds like he's trying to do like the Black Parade, Gerard Way kind of vocals, but instead of it being like crazy guitars and distortion that sounds, you know, hellish, it's piano. So like, it's like, first off, like you're not the best singer yet, you know, like you're rusty, and like you're doing this over just like some piano, man.
Yeah.
Like but I do think there are some surprisingly cool moments. There's shoot, which one is it? The one about before you start your day, in like the middle of that track, and I don't know how much you picked up, because I can imagine some of this you start to tune out, but in the middle of it, like there's like this swelling, and there's this really cool like rumbling sound that feels like thunder. And I will say there are like sparks of moments of like interesting production, but overall, yeah, you are right, like it's not great or good. But there are like little moments where you're like, whoa, he kind of hit something there.
Yeah, and again, like, I tore into it a lot. It's their first album. My first album, sure as shit, didn't sound good, and it probably didn't sound as good as this anyways.
Yeah, me too.
My singing sure didn't. I know that for a fact. I didn't know how to tune vocals. Ugh.
Still don't. I don't.
And I didn't know how to sing either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is kind
of done with that one.
Yep. Let's move on to number 6.
Number 6. This one might be a little bit of a shock, but I think I've grown as a person over doing this, and just in the last like however many years. But number 6 is going to be Vessel, actually.
Ooh.
And here's the thing with this placement. It was very hard. It was hard from here on out to rank these. Once we get to the top 3, it is almost impossible for me to just like discriminate amongst those 3. But yeah, from here on out, I think all of the records are good. Vessel, just out of the ones remaining, has the most songs that piss me off.
Yeah,
and you're going to hear me bring it up over and over again. Anytime I hear a fucking ukulele, I'm crashing out.
Yeah, some people still haven't recovered.
Oh, it makes me so goddamn mad. Like House of Gold pisses me off. Trying to remember what other ones.
Screen has it.
Oh, Screen!
You're not a
talk
Screen
about
guy?
Screen.
Oh,
Let me talk about Screen. Screen would be a perfect fucking track if they... Oh, I yelled so loud that I pissed off the raven that I have behind me.
What?
It's a sound-activated Halloween decoration.
I thought you just had a pet bird all of a sudden.
No. Anyways, Screen could be a like perfect track if it, in my opinion, if it wasn't for that fucking ukulele.
Really?
Like, I love that track. I think the composition is beautiful. I just hate that instrument. I hate the choice.
I don't even think it's too like overpowered. Like House of Gold, I kind of get because like that became the song, and like it's super ukulele focused. But I feel like Scream, like the ukulele, it's there obviously. It's one of the main ones, but you have that piano thing going on that I think kind of takes a lot of the focus.
I will agree with that. However, on the positive side of things,
okay.
Actually, okay, to finish up my negative side, what's my favorite song? Like by 21 Pilots, or just like of all time? I don't think I could pick all time. I don't know about 21 Pilots.
Oh, you get more YouTube comments.
YouTube chat. Actually, it's one that I'm going to talk about in a... Well, I don't know. It's hard for me to pick a favorite. I would have to do the fucking bracket that we did to figure that out, honestly.
Yeah.
Finishing up the negatives, there are some tracks that there's like a track or two that I think are kind of forgettable.
No, there are.
And there's more of that like goofiness, silliness that I don't really like, and some of these beats are just goofy as shit.
Oh yeah.
Like delivery's goofy, beats are goofy. It kind of adds to the charm on this one a little bit. Like I don't wholly hate it. Like I can get down with Migraine and the stupid ass beat switches on Ode to Sleep a little bit, but I don't know whether that. Yeah, they're pretty bad. There's hardly a transition. Yeah, they do that better on like future albums.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I immediately think of Overcompensate, and I'm like, that's just better Ode to Sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's my negatives about this one. On the other hand, I think they really figured it out. And they have some absolute, like, hits that are never leaving rotation. Like they're never going to stop playing car radio. I think they probably... Can we get their recent set list?
I was going to say, I just went to the concert. Do you want to know what songs from Vessel they played?
What songs off of Vessel did they play?
I'll start from from bottom to top of the list. So they played Trees, obviously. Okay. They played Guns for Hands.
Okay.
We're done.
What?
Nothing else from Vessel.
Are you fucking... They didn't play the best song off of Vessel?
Which one would you say the best is?
Holding On to You. Easy.
Yeah. I had a feel... Okay, if we're being real, though, I had a feeling they weren't, because the Entertain My Faith part is now in...
it's in...
City Walls. So I was like, I don't think they're going to run through that twice.
Nah, run it back. The rest of Holding On to You is so fucking good.
It is.
It's not even just that part. Like, okay, that does have the unfortunate cheesy-ass lean with it, rock with it.
Oh, yeah. Man, yeah.
But I can look past it because of how good the rest of that song is. But yeah, that is my highlight track for this one, is Holding On to You. I think that is, like, perfection of Vessel.
Okay.
Like, the beat switches are there. The rapping doesn't make me want to harm people. I'm burping up my fucking chicken wrap that I slammed before getting on this.
He borping.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Holding On to You is their best song on this record for sure. Car Radio, obviously never going away. Never fully going away. Everybody will continue to remember that. I think he just doesn't want to scream, and that's probably why he's not playing that.
He screams a bit more than I kind of thought, yeah.
Screams enough in Jumpsuit for the rest of the set, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, that's kind of what I got for Vessel. It's just, I like how they progress down the road, and I don't like this as much anymore. But I still, it's still good. I would still go back and listen to this.
Well, I also think this band is a perfect example of just a band that kept getting better. So I think it makes sense that you have Vessel where you have it, because I feel like they like, some bands might settle in and like find their stride and be like, all right, this is what we want to be, this is what we're going to do. I feel like each album they were trying, at least. Whether they succeeded, that's a different story, but I feel like they were trying.
Absolutely. Also, I didn't catch where you put Vessel.
Yeah, I forgot to do that. I'm putting
Let's get
it
you talking.
I have it at 4. So,
Ooh,
and
okay.
I'm at the point too, and this is what's hard. This is the probably one out of all of them that like I went back and listened to, and I went, I can't be like unbiased in any way. Like there's stuff that if I would listen to now, I'm like Fake You Out and Run and Go. I'm like, I know this is annoying, but like it's in my brain at this point, and I am jamming and having a great time. Like
I'm gonna tell you right now, Fake You Out's another one I really love off of Vessel. Funny
really?
enough. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a very good like it's again, it's kind of like a silly it's like kind of a silly songs with Larry ass beat, but it works in that one.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what I appreciate about Vessel too, and I think helps to where like as I said, like they get better with each album, and I think there's certain times, especially early on, where they have lyrics that don't always hit the mark, such as the Lean With It, Rock With It, even Car Radio, as much as like I love that song, the whole like, you gotta think, man. You know? I'm like, all right, like you can't just tell people like, oh, you're feeling sad, you gotta think. I don't know. But like I think it works a bit more with some of like if you're saying something in a corny way and the beat's kind of corny, it works a bit better versus if you know you're trying to be like, I'm super serious right now and I'm saying something corny.
I don't even think Fake Out's like that, or Fake You Out's that corny. Like it's like
it's got a little silly to it. It's like boop boop
a
boop,
little
boop,
bit.
boop boop boop. I don't know. It's got actually yeah, you're right.
It's almost got the Balloon by Tyler beat.
All I'm saying is I've never seen Tyler Joseph and Tyler the Creator in the same room together.
That's true. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Although Tyler the Creator's a rap artist, and 21 Pilots doesn't do rap or hip hop. They just do attempts to make the voices stop. So
yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say about Vessel?
This was just the formative album for me. Like this was again like as like if I did not listen to this 10 years ago, it'd probably be exactly where you have it. But like I was literally, I don't remember which song it was, but it was one of the ones that I was like, I feel like I wouldn't have cared for this that much if I'm just hearing this now for the first time. But I was like walking down the street and I was like about to start dancing to it, and I'm like, yeah, Kyle, like this ain't that good, but you're just so excited to be listening to this album again.
It's how I feel about a lot of like the like late 2000s, early 2010s metalcore that I used to listen to.
Yeah.
I listen to it now and I'm like, damn, this shit kind of sucked, but
you're still having a good time listening to it.
Goes kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think this is also like a great example of like whether it hits the mark or not, such as like the Ode to Sleep transitions that you didn't like. It's interesting, and this goes for self-titled too. Even like it's interesting to see that like it felt like they were trying to do something different.
Yes, you know, and that's something I can say on like most of their albums. They were straight up trying to do something different.
Yeah,
and like I felt that, especially like Vessel, Blurry Face, Trench. I really felt that. The stuff after that, I feel like it had been a long enough time that it was like, well, yeah, they're gonna start pulling from other places to keep making things interesting. But like those 3 albums, like. Before those, I feel like nobody had heard anything like that.
Yeah.
And certainly had not heard it done well.
True. All right, let's go back to you. Let me make sure your ad's gone. All right, it is cool.
Shall I go for my next one?
Hold on, let me make sure I got this looking nice. There we go. You are now have permission to go on to number 5.
Number 5. Yeah, this is where it gets really, really hard for me. Like, Vessel, again, songs that piss me off. But from here on out, like, it's kind of just how I was vibing at that point. So I picked Breach for my number 5.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It didn't, I think, and here's my first stipulation on Breach is, I don't really think I've had enough time to sit with it.
Okay.
I think that obviously there it is. I think obviously like the story wrapping up and like all of that is cool, and I think the songs are good, but I just don't really think I've had enough time with it to really sit there and be like, yeah.
Mm.
And there's not as many songs that like really stick out to me on it. Like obviously like City Walls, Drum Show, Contract, Days Lie Dormant. But there's not as many that I really like vibe with. I will say what you pointed out to me about Intentions just being Truce in reverse, like the beat from Truce in reverse. That shit's insane, and I love that.
Here's the crazy thing. I actually realized recently, because I watched a YouTube video, it's not even just the beat. If you actually put Truce in reverse, like what he's doing with his vocals in Truce reverse is basically the same melody. He basically, I guess, rewrote the reversed melody that he sings in Truce. It's ever so slightly changed, but like the melody is basically the same melody that just in reverse.
Interesting.
Which I didn't even know. Like I thought, oh, it's just the beat and like the ooh-oohs or something. But yeah, no,
that was what I thought.
It's mostly like the same. Like if you go like Google or on YouTube like Truce in reverse, it's nearly identical.
Crazy.
Some of like the higher, I think, pitched notes he'll hit. Like obviously he fluffed it up a little bit to make it make sense, but like it is that.
But yeah, that's kind of all I guess that's all I really got for Breach is like it's a fitting conclusion. It does kind of just feel like Clancy bonus tracks, and I know they didn't want it to feel that way, but it's kind of hard for it to not feel that way when like I don't like as many songs off of this as I do with Clancy.
Really?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other ones that I liked off of this, but yeah, I think it's really just like Days Lie Dormant, Drum Show, Contract. Contract I really like. That was my highlight track.
Contract was great, yeah.
I love Contract. That's got such a good, like, the chorus of that one just like pulls me in every time.
Yeah, it's super hooky and I also like his vocals in it are like, it's not what you'd expect him. Like when I first heard that, I was like, what's happening? Are we going hyperpop or something for a second? Like,
yeah, a little bit there. It was like a little bit like overtuned and like a little bit like distorted, but it kind of works really well. Yeah, Contract's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got for Breach. What do you got for Breach?
So I have Breach at number 2. I think this album is fantastic. And I've been with the band a lot longer, and I think with that, I think it's just like I connect with so many of these songs. Boom, that's the word. And yeah, I think City Walls is great, like you said. I love Raw Fear. Raw Fear's got like an absolutely like insane line in the bridge. Like, and I think that's something like that this album gave me that some of like the ones that came before it didn't, is like some really great lyrics. Cause I'm about to pull it up real quick just cause I want to know what it is. It's just like a short little thing, but he says like he says like, learning all that really matters is a slow and painful lesson. It's not pass or fail, but a poisonous progression. Try to microdose to immunity, but you'll never ever get it. And I like, for me, I'm like, that's such a good line about just like coping with, and that's ultimately what the whole album is about, is like with City Walls and the story ending with him losing. The whole album's about failing and how to cope with failing and deal with failing. And with that song, it's like, yeah, you try to like, you think you can microdose, you think you can get used to it, but you can't, you know? You want to try to find a way to like be immune to like failure or feeling bad, but you won't, and you just have to find ways to deal with it. And I think that's like such a
I do gotta say, baller ass move for them to create a 10-year story just to lose. That's baller as shit, and I cannot. I gotta say, I gotta give them their props. Also, like, just the lore in general, I think for me with this band, a lot of what goes on is that I like the lore better than I like the music sometimes.
Oh, the lore was insane.
Like, I like the music a lot, and a lot of this is pretty good stuff. It's not exactly like your
cup of tea
preferred genre of listening. Like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's not my cup of tea because I like it, but it's not like it's not really the genres that I'm gonna like reach for on stuff. Like if I'm gonna listen to rock music, I'm gonna listen to rock music, or if I'm gonna listen to electronic stuff, I'm gonna listen to like purely like really electronic pop kind of stuff. So it kind of sits in a weird middle ground, and I like it for that. But it's also like, but yeah, like there are points where I'm just like, I think I like this story more than I actually like the music sometimes. And then I'll listen to some of the banger ass tracks, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of wrapping that up. I didn't really have enough time with this, and I've kind of been out of the 21 Pilots game. I never knew about the lore until I took bass lessons with Sky, who was their bassist during Scaled and Icy.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, there's this whole like fucking lore and like all this other shit," and I was like, "Oh, I had no fucking clue." Like I had listened to Trench and I had watched the music videos, but I had not put two and two together.
Yeah. Well, it was very during Trench. They made it like I think it was intent. We'll talk about it when we get to Trench actually. So I won't ramble on it right now, but I do just want to finish off and once again call out the dumb 21 Pilots fans, because I've seen so many people actually like, well, at least it seems like they're sincerely like bummed that Clancy loses at the end of the story, and I'm like,
okay,
if you listen to the whole album of Breach, what's the point of the rest of the album if he wins? Like I just said about Raw Fear and like dealing with failure, and like Tally is basically an epilogue where he's like, hey, I screw up, I've let you down, I've done this, but I thought you were keeping track, right? I thought like you were hating me for it, but you weren't, you know? Like it's this song about like, I guess Torchbearer or his friends or his fans or God or whoever having this unconditional love for him. Same thing with Intentions. It's all like, none of those songs would make sense if he won, right? Like if he won, beat his demons.
And it's all connected. Like I'm gonna be real. If you listen to that, listen to Clancy, or like if you listen to Clancy fucking lose, and then go back and listen to the other albums, you're gonna sit there and be like, holy shit, they were telling me he was gonna lose the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Like the whole time. Like again, bringing up Neon Gravestones again. He literally says, when I lose to myself, promise me you'll move on and figure it out. On fucking Clancy, they talk about like intentions don't mean shit and like that other kind of stuff. Like it's all over the fucking place. And you had like, I probably wouldn't have picked it out. I probably would have been like, but yeah, he's gonna win. But I think it makes a lot more sense for him to lose, and talk about like, yeah, you gotta just fucking try again. And I think that's a lot more realistic of a fucking.
Well, especially when the whole thing's just a giant like mental health metaphor, right? Like, imagine you go to your favorite band that talks about mental health awareness crap, and you're like, I'm feeling sad, what do I do? And then he comes on, he's just like, I just beat up my demons and I'm fine now. So no more help for you. Like it doesn't.
And I think that's the exact cringy thing people were mad at them about.
Yeah.
Also, I want to cut in real quick. I can't think of a username. Regional at best is not getting ranked. It is on the island of despair.
Yeah.
It is not above Breach and self-titled. I will tell you that much.
Yeah, it's
not above those three. I didn't even listen to it.
If I had to make you listen to anything else, it would have been the MTV Unplugged. I think that's so cool. It's more fun to watch it because you can see how they. I should have listened to
that. I did watch the whole Scaled and Icy live stream.
Really?
Yes, I found an illegal re-upload of that. And watched it.
I almost was going to say that too, but I was like, that one's a little bit longer. But I love the remixes on that, dude. All the little mashups that they do.
That shit rocked.
Yeah.
Kiara was even watching it with me.
It's cool.
And I get to like soy point at the screen and be like, oh, that's my bass teacher. Anything more about Breach?
No, outside of just it's my second best. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think
it's really good. I wanna emphasize that. We're in the really good territory here.
I do get the point though where you're kind of there about like them not like clicking as much for you, because I don't think they're as in your face. I think a lot of them are a bit more like pulled back and subtler.
Again, I made sure to finish listening to all of them again before listening to Breach.
Yeah.
And I think if I would have watched the lore video before my first listen, I would have liked it more. I did watch a 2-hour lore video.
Nice.
Figuring it all out.
Actually,
I wasn't.
One more thing about Breach. I'm not sure if you saw on any of the lore videos, if you didn't watch anything posted post Breach, but in the Center Mass song, there's an audio clip at the very beginning of it of this girl going, "Girl, I don't think you should take that." And if you didn't know, that's from one of their concerts. After one of their concerts, you know how like when they do trees, they have like those bass drums that the fans hold up and they play on them? Well,
didn't somebody like leave with the bass drum?
yeah, one of the fans took it, and another fan was like filming like, just post-concert and saw them walk away and said, "Girl, I don't think you should take that." And Tyler clipped that audio and put it at the beginning of Center Mass.
Dude. Oh, so I totally forgot about that. But yeah, that's so goddamn funny. I saw that video when it happened. Yeah. I was just like, damn, they stole the trees drums. That's crazy.
Yeah, after that they put chains on them.
I know. Anyways.
That's all, yeah. We can move on.
Yeah, number 4. Woo! It's time for me to make people really mad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Number 4 is Blurry Face.
Okay, we're fine.
Yeah, I know you're fine. I think there's gonna be some viewers that are not fine, but I know you're fine, Kyle, because you're rocking with me here.
I'm rocking with you.
Where'd you have Blurry Face?
I had Blurry Face at number 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, below Vessel.
Yeah, below Vessel.
Fair enough.
I'm always a Vessel guy. Also, just so you know, because I see you switching back and forth a couple times, I'm going to stay mostly on your stream, so that way, for the video, I can have your face on it most of the time. I'll just switch to mine.
Okay, that's fair.
To kind of show where I'm ranking things, and I'll go back to
it whenever I keep clicking over for is like to show your ranking.
Yeah. So.
All right, so Blurry Face, the breakout album, the big dog, if you will. This one, unlike Breach, has songs that piss me off on it, but I think the good way outweighs any bad that those songs bring.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even think there's... Oh, no, there is. The only song that truly pisses me off on this album is The Judge.
You just hate ukuleles, man. Judge is a good one.
I do hate ukuleles. I've said that. Anyways, I think there's a lot of good on this album.
Mm.
I want to... Like, obviously, I don't like The Judge. This album's pretty fucking corny, too. But also, I gotta give it its props. This album got hits upon hits. Like, Stressed Out and Ride, obviously. I think... Oh, I forgot about Tear in My Heart until re-listening to this. And I was like, oh, no, I have to listen to My Taste in Music Is Your Face. Corny ass lyric.
Yeah,
I hate to say it. It's kind of a good lyric.
Here's the thing is, and I think...
What's my beef with the ukulele, Chris? Because all the worst people you know bought one and thought they knew how to play an instrument. That's my beef with the ukulele.
It's an easy instrument. All you need to know is A minor and C, and those are both just pushing down one string. Hold on. We're busting out, man. Oh, this one goes out to you, Paul.
Yeah, hold on. Discord is cutting the sound. I do not hear you.
Oh, rats. Whatever.
Damn. I heard the first. I heard the first, and then it was done. It was done. So.
Oops. Discord also hates ukulele.
All right. Yeah. Anyways, beef with the ukulele. Unfortunately, I do like one ukulele song on this, and it's "We Don't Believe What's on TV."
Really?
Yeah. It's so fucking hokey, but I think it works well on this one because it kind of feels like a TV commercial.
Yeah, it does.
You know? Yeah. So I think it works better on that, and it's pretty good on that. What else, man? Heavy Dirty Soul, that is one of my... I think most of their intro tracks are pretty fucking bad.
Oh, yeah. They make sure their intro tracks go crazy.
Like, between, like, this... City Walls is the intro for Breach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Between like Heavy Dirty Soul, City Walls, and Overcompensate, I'm like weird. Oh, and Jumpsuit. Fuck.
Yeah.
We are eating so good with intros for this band, and we're eating great with outros on this. I think Goner is probably my favorite outro on a 21 Pilots album. I think that's my favorite like closing song.
Yeah, Goner's a good one. Yeah, and especially like after you kind of get more of the lore, and like, again, I don't know how much he knew of the lore when writing Blurryface versus like by the time he got to Trench. But I'm like, I assume that like, at least in lore context, he's like singing to like Torchbearer at that point, you know?
Yeah,
Which
I
for
mean,
me is
I feel
interesting.
like if I had to speculate, I'd say he probably had this whole story kind of like. I feel like Blurryface tells the whole story of what the next 4 albums do.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of like more scattered. Like a lot of these feel like a little bit more grounded in reality. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he had that whole story kind of already in his head
Mm-hmm.
when he made Blurryface, and then like took those 3 years after Blurryface to really like, we could expand on this and really make some, like, this really resonated with people. We should take our time and like expand upon this and really make something cool out
Yeah.
of this.
Well, because that's the
And I gotta
like,
give,
you go on. I'll come in.
I was gonna
after.
say, I gotta give him props because like they could have just made Blurryface 2
Oh,
and
yeah.
Blurryface 3 and just phoned it the fuck in after this album. Because like again, you've got Stressed Out, you've got Ride to carry you for the rest of existence. You don't need to make music again.
Yeah.
But instead, you dump fucking probably millions of dollars into this long, convoluted ass story with expensive ass music videos for all of them, with like visual effects and extra
hold on a sec.
actors and like. Oh.
Okay, bye, Paul.
She said bye. She also said you're not coming
Bye,
to the
Dee.
wedding anymore. Not really, but she said she was working
What?
on her. She was working on her wedding list, trying to cut it down a little bit. But sorry, what were
yeah.
you saying?
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Yeah.
I was just kind of talking about how like I appreciate that they didn't just phone it in after
Oh, yeah.
Blurryface and they were like, we made all this money, let's make something that we really love and that we think is really cool.
Oh yeah.
And you know, kind of as they like kind of humble bragged about at the end of the city, was it City Walls? What was the last music video in the
Oh yeah, City Walls. Yeah.
City Walls? Yeah, as they kind of humble bragged about, like, you know, they did give a lot of people jobs by making all of these crazy ass music videos. When again, they could have just phoned it in. They could have recorded their little videos against like a infinite white backdrop
Yeah.
and called it a fucking day. But
They said they spent $1 million on the City Walls music video.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, I was like, man, that is a lot of money.
Yeah. A lot of VFX people.
Yeah, but because like they've been, and this is why I'm curious about when they kind of knew what their next step was with the lore, and like how much of it they knew. Because in the Heavy Dirty Soul music video, which is in canon the first lore music video,
Yeah.
which came out in 2016, Josh has yellow hair, and along with that, and this is my favorite piece because it's one of those things where like you never would think it. My favorite piece of lore moment is the Heathens music video that has the Suicide Squad tie-in. Because if you watch that, it follows the whole story of Tyler getting thrown into like a prison-like area. He sees Josh, but Josh also kind of isn't really there. He goes out, he puts on, this is 2016 as well, he puts on like a yellow suit coat kind of thing. All the other prisoners come out. They all start dancing while he plays the music. The police all come in. There's a light that flashes. There's like an alarm light, which you would normally think is red. This alarm light's flashing and it's yellow. And then at the very end, when he's sitting there all alone, there's a brief second before like, and you could say it's just the lighting, but it seems very intentional. You could see for a brief second as it zooms out from him that his jumpsuit, his like prison jumpsuit that he was wearing, is yellow as before it fades back to orange in like a second. It's crazy. And then
I mean, I don't think this is a band who does things unintentionally. I think they had the plan hammered out.
oh yeah, well, and especially, and
Or at least they knew what they were doing with Trench at that point. I think.
And I probably should have brought this up during Trench, but this is technically a Blurryface song, 2016. So, but because in Nico and the Niners, he literally says, "Force a sponsor, start a concert, or complete diversion, start a mob will win, but not everyone will get out." And that's the exact thing that happens in the Heathens music video. It's a sponsored music video. They start a concert in the music video. A mob happens. And then it ends with Tyler being alone. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But yeah. I guess my only last thing to do is just say my highlight track, which was Not Today.
Really?
I really like that one. It's got a fun little, like, kind of almost gospel-y feel with the chorus.
Mm-hmm. The chorus
There's
is
a
cool.
lot of tracks to love on this. Like, Doubt, I think, is an awesome one that, like, probably doesn't get as much love as it should.
Funny you say that. The demo version of Doubt somehow blew up on TikTok, so they officially released the demo version, and now that is what they play in concerts. Is the demo version of Doubt, not even
really?
the original Doubt version. Yeah.
Is that on Spotify?
Yeah, it should be on Spotify as a single. Yeah.
Oh, I think I have it sorted only by albums, but
yeah, it's very funny that happened. Yeah.
Didn't they released like a Blurry Face anniversary edition, didn't they?
I don't think
I'm not
on
seeing it.
streaming
It might
or
be a
anything.
compilation.
I think they did it. I think it was just like a physical re-release kind of thing.
Yeah. Anyways, there's a lot of really good tracks on this
Yeah.
one. I think it holds up exactly how you remember it.
Yeah. I think I'll say one more thing, and this is probably my main reason why I would rank it lower than Vessel.
Yeah.
And I kind of said it briefly in Vessel, where it's like, yeah, there's some corny lyrics in Vessel, but the music itself does not sound as serious. Whereas I feel like in Blurry Face, it sounds like they're trying to be a bit more serious. And then they bust out lines like, it's not rap or hip hop, it's just another attempt to make the voices stop, or, I wasn't raised in the hood.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, I wasn't raised in the hood, but I know a thing or two about pain and darkness, and it's like,
yeah,
you were going,
I'll give it.
And ultimately, and I think as we'll talk about again, because there's definitely some corny lines in future albums that we'll talk about, but I think at some point he figured out how to be corny and make it like fun. And I think it's because he knew how to do it. Because like ultimately this man is a cornball. And I think there was a while where maybe he didn't know that, and he was busting out some corny lines from time to time.
Yeah, I think he was busting out corny lines in full sincerity, and then he realized, like, they're laughing at me. Might as well do it for the bit.
Yeah. Only other thing I'd say, which same thing with, like, Vessel and anything else that came before Blurry Face, really, which is just, like, the production's not great. It's not terrible, but I definitely think it's, as you'll hear in, like, some of the future albums, even, like, Breach, in my opinion, like, I think it just sounds a lot better. But also at the same time, I do remember them kind of saying, like, and maybe this went into what I was saying earlier about, like, the CDs and stuff, where, like, they kind of looked at, like, their physical, or, like, their albums as, like, a way to get people to come to the shows. And I think that's kind of might have been the, idea here, where it's like, all right, maybe it's not, it's as crazily produced or whatever, but we can really, like, take these songs and push them forward with, in the live shows. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to know who, like, produced it and mixed it and all that.
I'm not sure.
I don't know any of these people.
Yeah. All I know is that once Trench rolls around, that's where he brings in Paul Meany.
Ah, the Arctic Monkeys guy.
Ah.
Yeah, what did it say? Yeah, 21 Pilots. Yeah.
1975.
Okay. Oh, what? Hold on.
Is that what I hovered over?
1975's second album.
Ah.
Oh, the one I've seen a million times.
That one. They all look the same to me.
Nothing but Thieves Walk the Moon.
Oh, Wolf Alice.
Hosier. Oh, mixed songs for Hosier. Hell yeah.
I've got the ad. 21 Pilot fans, if you're watching and you want to hear another band that also does not stay in their lane, boy, check out Callous Dowboys.
Yeah. There is no lane. They're off-roading.
Yeah.
I went to the Dowboys. I saw the Dowboys in Baltimore, baby, at the Metro Gallery. That was one of the sweatiest shows I've ever been to.
Really?
That place gets gross when it's sold out. I hadn't been to a show at Metro Gallery that was that packed out since I saw Knuckle Puck on their 2015 tour.
Dang.
The fucking Copacetic tour. Ugh. The show where Jesse and I went, fuck, we could hold a show in our garage.
We can do that.
We were like, we could totally hold a show in the garage.
Our garage is as big as
and
this venue.
God, that was literally what Jesse said. He was like, dude, your dad's garage is bigger than this. We could hold a show there.
Yeah.
And then I had to buy an amplifier. But the show did happen, and Kyle did play it.
And it was awful. I had a band, and we did not practice a single time because we could not find a time to get together.
Yup.
But anyway.
Yeah, the ad break's over. Number 3. I will say, I think these last 3 are all very, very awesome. I think they are all perfection, and everything I've got to say about these last ones is like purely vibes based.
Okay.
Oh, I should have mentioned this about Blurry Face. It's too fucking long as well. Same with
It is a
self-titled.
Oh,
Both of those are very long.
An hour long for no
Self-titled
reason.
is way too fucking long.
But I think that
Blurry
goes
Face
back.
is like a little long.
I think that goes back to him. And again, I don't know how much of the sentiment is true or not, but him kind of just being like, yeah, it's just meant to be a collection of songs to get people to come to the concerts or for something to people to buy at the concerts. Versus like an actual, like, I'm making a concept or some kind of thematic revelation here,
absolutely.
you know?
Oh, Wizard 101 launched on consoles today.
Oh, dang.
Anyways, number 3, it's Trench.
No! How could you do this to me?
I knew that was gonna hurt. I knew that was gonna hurt you. It's at your number 1, isn't it?
My baby, it's my number 1, dude.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
I was wondering, because I went back. I told you I went back and I rewatched your 21 Pilots March Madness bracket.
Oh yeah.
And you were throating Trench on that.
I am, yeah.
This dude was glazing Trench.
Dude,
it
changed my
I
life.
do agree. This album bangs. This
Yeah.
album is really good. It's a very fun, like, sonic change-up.
Mm-hmm.
I think the literal only things that stopped it from being above Scaled and Icy and Clancy is just, it's a little too long. I think there's some tracks that add nothing, but are still there and just pad out this already pretty long runtime.
What tracks in particular do you have in mind?
Let me see. I
just
knew
curious.
him at one point, but it's been a bit. Let's see here. I'm not the biggest fan of Legend.
Okay.
It's like fine.
Mm.
I think I can't remember what Cut My Lip sounds like, and that probably doesn't bode well for it.
I was gonna say that's my least favorite on the album. It's
Okay.
it's like the reggae one. I'll keep on trying, might as well. But like, I don't know. It's
okay.
For me, it's just
Yeah.
like the weakest one. It's not as
It's
not
like
as catchy or-
it's like those two I would probably remove, and then
Okay.
you've got a respectable 50 minutes instead of like 57.
yeah. But also like for me, the Legend's important because it also ties in with Neon Gravestones. Because Neon Gravestone's all about like, hey, don't kill yourself. Like, have some respect for your elderly, and then Legend's about his granddad dying. You know. And
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Again,
I think
I get-
that's important, but
I do think it's an important song. I think it breaks up the flow of the album a little bit.
oh yeah, a little bit.
To talk about some real shit in the middle of this, like, I mean, you can talk about real shit in the middle of your like big ass concept album, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's not disguised very well, or it's not like woven in very well.
Smithereens is also not disguised at all.
Yeah, Smithereens is another like I might cut it. It's kind of
Yeah.
funny though.
It as someone who now has a fiance, like I appreciate Smithereens so much more. Like at the time, I
Yeah.
was like, I like this, it's cute, but like, is it necessary? Now I'm like, every time I hear him go like, you know, I had to do them. I'm like, yeah, you did. You had to do it like this.
I would get beat to smithereens.
Yeah, it's funny, man.
Now the rest of these tracks here. It's nothing but juice. It's nothing but sauce and bangers and beautiful shit.
And the production, man, all of them sound
this album sounds
fantastic.
really good. It's
Yeah.
you know, the story's awesome, the music videos are awesome. I gotta say, hype ass pick for them to do Levitate as a music video. That
Yeah.
shit rocks. I love that they continuously just like do not give a shit what is a hit. They're just like, yeah, no, we're gonna pick the songs that we like to be the music videos for the story, and then they just made a separate video for Chlorine.
Well.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because they released Jumpsuit and Nico at the same time.
Yeah.
And then they did
And then-
Levitate as the next single. And
really?
at some point they went back and made a music video for Nico and the Niners. I don't know if it was before or after Levitate.
I
And
thought they
then-
put out Nico and the Niners with
Jumpsuit.
I thought they had the video with Jumpsuit though.
They had the Jumpsuit video, not a
No?
Nico and the
Oh.
Niners video. They just had the song, and then they later made the music video. I think it was still before the
Yeah.
album came out. but it wasn't when Nico and the Niners came out.
Yeah, I know chronologically the video for Nico and the Niners is right after Jumpsuit.
Yeah, because they also released like a 10-inch or 7-inch, I think it was a 10-inch vinyl that had just Jumpsuit, Levitate, and Nico and the Niners on it. Because I think they kind of looked at that as like, here's kind of like the main story that like you're seeing, you know?
Yeah, the lore.
Yeah.
The lore thing. But yeah, like Jumpsuit, incredible opener. I think this, like, it's such a good opener because it tells you exactly what you're getting into with this album, especially like lyrically. I think it helps a lot. It doesn't really play on the story a whole lot in Jumpsuit, but you know what the fuck going down.
Yeah, when you're watching that music video.
Yeah. I was just confused watching that music video when it first came out. I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah.
Something's going on. And then I didn't check back. I did not care to look at the rest of the videos when they came out. Levitate's awesome. I think this is probably some of the best rapping he has done, period.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
I agree with you having Morph win your bracket. I think that's the best song on this album.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that, dude, because I feel like Morph does not get enough love, man. And it's so good. Everything about it, like, man.
Again, a lot of the rest of these songs are really, really good. I think Morph is like, that might be my favorite song of theirs. Like, I do just catch myself singing it sometimes.
I remember midnight when this album came out, and I was at college. And I was like, I listened to the first two songs, and I'm just like that pause. And before it came on, I'm sitting there like, please be good. Like, this is one of my favorite bands, and they can't be cringe anymore. And then you just hear, doon, 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 and the drums kick in. I was like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I was like, thank goodness we're going in the right direction with this album. And I was like, this is one of the best songs I ever done heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Blood's good.
Yeah.
I don't have anything bad to say about that one. Chlorine is awesome, and God, it's a sin that they cut that ending.
Thank you. No one else talks about. Even at the freaking concert,
I'm glad you told me
it.
to like think about it, because I was like, I went like upon my re-listens, I was like, oh, like this is absolutely where they cut it off for the radio, because they're too much of cowards to play a 5.5-minute song.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing I was confused about. I was like, especially in 2018, like I feel like the 80s kind of pop kind of stuff was getting popular. I was like, I figured My Blood would have been the single that they would throw on the radio, because that kind of has a more like poppier kind of thing. And then all of a sudden I hear Chlorine, and I'm like, oh, cool, I love this one. The ending's amazing. And then they don't play the ending on the radio, and I was like, that's literally the best part of the song. And they
Let's see,
even in the concert they don't do it, man. I'm heartbroken.
That's tragic.
I'm cursed.
Yeah. We talked about Smithereens. I've talked about Neon Gravestones, but I'm gonna highlight it once again. That song's really, really good.
Fantastic.
And I think it is beautiful at setting up the lore. Especially with it being like a lore named track.
Yeah.
The hype is surprisingly good.
Oh, it's so good. Ukulele, man.
That is a ukulele track, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nico and the Niners, that is good ukulele use. Nico and the Niners, I think, is some of like the best use of the ukulele, other than like Paladin Straight that we'll get to later.
Nico, it's also just them doing literally the impossible. People were like, oh, they're doing cringe ukulele rap. And then they said, what if we did that and made it sound fantastic? Yeah. Like,
yeah. I'm going to be real. Most people that hear it are still going to be like, yeah, ukulele rap, still cringe. But, you know.
You cannot. If you deny it at that point, you're just a hater, because that song just sounds. The production, like. And that's I think a lot of it is like. The step up in production helps a lot of this album so much, because if they had like the same production off of like Blurryface on this, I think it would have sounded a bit cheap, because even like I think Blurryface would go up so much more if it sounded like Trench for me, because like something like Heavy Dirty Soul, for example, like great song, but like imagine like the bass that you get in like Jumpsuit, but for like Heavy Dirty Soul. Like that
Holy
would have.
shit, he just did this shit himself.
It was him and Paul Meany. So
Mute Math.
yeah, I was gonna say, do you remember when we saw them in concert?
Yeah,
Yeah, Mute Math opened. That's where I think he met him, and yeah.
Also done production for what did he do for Pierce the Veil?
Oh, he did their last album, I think, or some of it at least. I don't know if he did all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, helped produce the 5th studio album. Well, that's a stain on his record.
I didn't think it was that terrible, but
that album fucking sucks. Don't lie to
I
yourself.
thought there was I don't remember most of it, but I remember like a couple songs I thought were kind of decent. But
it's just so boring.
Yeah.
I find it boring.
I was gonna say, I don't remember much of it. So.
There's one good moment on one song, and that's the one that's getting spammed on TikTok. The fucking yeah, that's the only fucking good part. Bandito's another one that you highlighted, and I do like that track a lot.
Because I think a lot of people don't.
Honestly,
like it.
I think another problem with this album I have is that it could have just ended at Bandito, and I would have been fine. But also, we get Pet Cheetah and Leave the City after Bandito, so I can't be that mad. But it is kind of jarring having this like perfect ending track, and then it keeps going.
Yeah,
but when it keeps going into Pet Cheetah,
yeah, Pet Cheetah. Tell him, man. Tell him about how Pet Cheetah cooks.
Song kind of bangs. Very, very just. It's kind of goofy, but in like a we're in on the joke kind of way. I think. Yeah, I think that's what I got for it. It's like the drum break at the end with just like the Pet Cheetah. That shit rocks.
It's literally just what if they made Young and Menace good. They do.
Okay. But what if I said that song's pretty good?
Young and Menace?
Yeah.
Well, they made it better then.
Yeah. I do agree.
I was listening to it earlier today, and they do young and then like the drums are kind of like the drums are actually kind of going ham during this part. Like I feel like it's overlooked because the pitch vocals are annoying, and I was like, if they just didn't pitch the vocals, you would have these cool little drum breaks while he repeats a vocal phrase over and over again. I was like, that's literally just the end of Pet Cheetah, is him just saying Pet Cheetah while the drums go ham, and this one is just Young and Menace while the drums go ham.
Yeah, I have a Pet Cheetah. He's down in my basement.
I'll race him and bathe him.
I've named him Jason Statham.
Trained him to make me these beats. Now my Pet Cheetah's quicker than Studio than on his feet. Bars.
Yeah.
Apparently,
good song.
Apparently, like his old keyboard or whatever was like a cheetah keyboard or something was the name of it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then apparently, I think Josh was just like, hey, I dare you to try to add Jason Statham to like a song. So he was like, okay.
That sounds about right.
So I think that's like what happened.
Hell yeah. And we get a good ass song out of that. Leave the City, another incredible ending track.
Yeah.
I can't really remember it right now, but I get a little emotional every time I hear that shit. It's
when
just good.
I saw them in 2018, I just went with my dad, and I was like, I was about to start crying. I was like, I cannot cry at this concert with just my dad standing next to me, because like it was like a whole stadium full of people singing that in time I will leave the city, for now I will stay alive line, and I'm like, holy cow, man! I'm like, this is a religious experience right now. I was like,
for me it's the they know that it's over.
Oh yeah, dude,
that shit hits. It's a good ending.
It's also one of my favorites by them, probably.
Again, Trench, incredible album. I'm really splitting hairs between these last three to find things to put them above or below each other. Do you have anything else for this one?
I don't think so. I think we talked about most of it. Anything that I wanted to say. Only thing I will say is just a fun fact. During he did a Zane Lowe interview right before this came out, and in it, he was just like talking about like family and stuff. He's like, yeah, I'm just got one more, and the way he was kind of saying it was like, I got one more album and then we're done, or at least like done with the story or something. So I find it very fascinating that like in that moment he said, yeah, one more album after this, and then we got 3 more albums after it. So
yeah, three more.
Yeah, just a fun fact. If you wonder if
really kind of 2, and one of them's a double album.
Yeah, I don't know if COVID changed that, or if he just changed his mind, or what happened, but
I don't know. I think I think that leads perfectly into number 2 here,
Okay.
which I picked Scaled and Icy as number 2.
Good pick. Good pick.
It's a great pick. Where'd you have that
Scaled
bad boy?
Icy for me is going to be number 6. Ooh.
Damn.
And this is kind of where I figured we were going to
Yeah, I figured we were going to split on this one.
differ on this one. And I kind of knew, because I was like, I think Paul might like it for a fair reason, but not a reason that I like it. So I can let you.
That's fair.
I can let you pop first.
I like it because it's a lot more up my alley. This is a
Yeah.
lot more of what I want to listen to. Like,
Mhm.
it is the shortest album of theirs, I think, right?
Actually,
Yeah,
probably,
37
yeah.
minutes. It is. Yeah. Scaled and Icy, man. I was shocked by this because I've seen that not everybody's exactly keen on this one. Not everybody really likes this one. But I just, track after track, I was like, fuck, I think I really like this. I just like, I can't really describe it. I think it is just because it is more straightforward pop music with like a little bit of 21 Pilots flair. I love the concept of, them being used as like propaganda, and that's why they're making these songs that sound so different from everything else. And like, I feel like this is, ironically, this is the one album, like, this is the album that they were like, quote, forced to make by Dima, but this is the one album that doesn't feel cheesy to me, despite it being like very cheesily toned,
Yeah.
Like it feels very straightforward, and I think that's why I like it. It's just more of like, it's more of something that I would like, rather than like what 21 Pilots does very, very well. And I'm sure I could go and find bands that like do this style better, but like, I just go down the list, man. Like Good Day is awesome, Choker's awesome, Shy Away is awesome, Outside is really fun. Saturday is my highlight track. That song is so fucking good. That song is so good.
I go back and forth on it all the time. It's one of those
hurts
things.
me.
It's just like
It hurts.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
We're gonna do this one more
it goes
time.
back and forth. I sometimes I'm like, it's really corny. Then other times I'm like, yeah, but it's kind of. I think it's meant to be, and like you're just meant to have fun with it, And I think I'm just taking it too seriously when I shouldn't be.
Yes, it makes me so sad that like on Clancy, he mentions like should have never made Saturday, and I'm just like, man, fuck off. That's an incredible song.
Yeah, well, I think especially like once you know the lore, I think it makes sense. Like, yeah, you want to have fun.
Yeah, like they came up with an awesome excuse to make something that sounds nothing like them. The songs are still really, really good. The lore continues, and the music videos are really, really fun for this one. Obviously, like the live stream's fucking awesome. I love that shit. How they like cut in and out, and the two hosts like slowly get more like demented over time.
Yeah. That's because they're actually dead bodies being possessed by the bishops. If you didn't know, I know you watched that video.
Yeah.
I got
it. Or what was it? Divination? Is that what they call it?
No, it's shoot, it's
I think it is.
Shoot, what is it called?
I don't know. Whatever the controlling dead body thing
is. Yeah. I'll remember it eventually.
So wait, I'm confused. There's lore in the first 10 albums. No, there's only 7 albums, Chris, and there's lore in the last 4.
Yeah. Well, that's also the fascinating thing too, though, is like because he built a lot of his lore around what he typically talked about. There's a lot of like things that you can kind of like pull from and reference in older albums that like still connect in a way with the lore, even though they're not technically lore or canon. Which is something I should have talked about in the earlier albums, but I find that super fascinating. Even Self-Titled has a song called "A Car, a Torch, a Death," which is literally like this, and
that's crazy.
Yeah. And even in 2000,
okay, then I would say that he's probably had this in back pocket for a long time as like a pipe dream thing.
Yeah. Well, even in 2000, I think like 10 or 12, people like pulled up a video of like an old concert that they did. It might have even been before Josh was in the band, but like Tyler's on stage and like these people in hooded robes come out to attack him, and then a Jesus like figure comes and saves him. So like I think he had this kind of like, at least to an extent. Again, I don't know how much of it worked out, but he definitely had an idea of something.
Yeah. Chris, as far as we know, we don't know whether they're gonna keep making music. I know they're done with the lore at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming they're gonna probably take a long, well-deserved break after this album cycle.
They say they are, but I think they're just kind of like, but we're not like like they're basically like we don't have plans. They're like
Yeah,
we're
that's
going
exactly...
to, but we're not going to, like we're not working on anything right now. Seizing, that's what it's called. I looked it up.
That is exactly where Fall Out Boy's at right now. They're kind of in that, like, they just wrapped up like a really long ass tour cycle, and they're just like, yeah, we don't have any plans right now for next year. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, for them could be a fucking lie, but
yeah.
So like a Loathe situation, I don't know what the Loathe situation is, Chris. I think they just, I think they got locked out of their DistroKid account.
Oh no.
I don't know. They just don't put out music. They put out one of the best albums of all time in 2020, and they have not. They put out 2 singles since.
And they can't figure out. They've lost their login.
Yeah, they lost the DistroKid login. That's what happened to Loathe.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to Static Dress. That's why they send me all the songs over email.
Love that.
I'm not counting the Loathe Sleep Sounds album in 2021. I'm not counting that one. Anyways, back to Scaled and Icy. There's just a lot of good tracks on this. I really like it. I do think Good Day might be like one of the weakest intro tracks.
Oh, okay.
But it's got a lot of competition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he went for a different vibe for it.
Yes.
And I think like it worked for this one.
On the contrary, though, I love Redecorate as an outro.
Oh,
because I heard No Chances, and I was like, oh, this is where it ends. This is like, you know, it would be so cool for it to end on this like minor key song after all of these major key like happy songs with sad lyrics, and then No Chances ends it with like this very like oppressive, I would say, track. And then you get Redecorate.
Yeah.
Which kind of reads like a suicide note a little bit.
Right?
And I'm just sitting there just like, holy fuck. Like that's some of the best lyrics he's done. Mm-hmm. I have not been hitting the get clip button at all for this, but oh well.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. I'm too into it. But yeah, I think overall my thoughts on Scaled and Icy is that just I love the evolution of the lore here. I love that they're making just fun pop music that is good music. Mm. One of my favorite closers, a lot of just banger ass songs. Mm. Now you, Kyle.
So, I agree with the idea, and I think ultimately, like, where I kind of knew what make you would like. Wow, I am struggling right now, but
he's losing it.
I'm losing it. No, what I kind of assumed would be the thing that you would like about this album is kind of what you said, which is just like they're more straightforward, and I think they're not trying to do anything fancy. They don't got the bells and whistles on. They're just making solid tracks. My main weak point of it is just I don't think the production's quite up to pace as like, I mean, especially Trench, but other ones. I feel like a lot of the songs just feel like they're missing stuff. Like I wish they were a bit more fleshed out. And granted, I think with the live stream, I think they did. I think like with the live stream version, if you listen to all the songs that they do there, I think these songs sound great. And I think that's also part of the point of this album as well. I think part of it was like, he was just like, I want to bust out these songs. I want to grab a couple of my friends that are currently out because it's COVID, so no one can go tour except for like really popular people. So
yeah.
Hold on. Right there. But
and again, kind of, I was gonna say, kind of like bouncing off their thing with like the music videos and stuff. They picked up people that were just out of work. Like Issues was a fucking dead band at that point, and they picked up Sky. I don't really know where the rest of the dudes came from, but
yeah. I don't know all of them either, but I just thought it was really great that like he basically used this as an opportunity to like help other artists out and kind of like give them an opportunity and a platform during that time. And I think, and again, like that's where I wonder, like, do you think I'm sure he did write this album with that intention of like, yeah, I'm gonna use guitars for the first time so I can get a guitarist in my band, you know? And then he also builds that into the story, like we were talking about with him being taken captive by
being
Dima.
A propaganda band.
Yeah.
Anyways, you want to talk about some platforms, maybe?
But last
Yeah,
thing
well-
I'll say about Scaled and Icy is just I think Bounce Man is one of their worst songs. I hate Bounce Man.
I don't remember what that one sounds like, and I'll.
It's
accept
actually a
that.
ukulele one as well, so you might hate it too. Yeah.
That's probably why I blocked it out.
But like other ones though, like I do agree, like the song like Mulberry Street's fun. Formidable
Yeah.
sounds like any 2000s like pop rock kind of song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Outside's really cool. I like Shy Away. I like Choker a lot. Good Day is great. No Chances and Redecorate is definitely like the big highlight for me on there.
Yeah. There's a lot of good on this album. Again, there's not as much meat to it as with like Trench and like a lot of the other Lore albums, but I think it's fine. I think they did a lot of the lore outside of the actual album itself and let the album just kind of be an album.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
just
what
like
I
a good
like
album.
about their lore too. Even with Trench, which like had very heavy lore elements, sometimes I like it, but sometimes I feel like it can be corny when you're sitting there and you're singing and you're like, and then they walked through the door and they said to me. I like that it's like they use the songs to kind of like create this vibe and experience versus like actually like the first song is introducing the character, the second song is, or the last song is the character doing the last thing, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, it's not a musical. It's
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's sprinkled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You gotta use your brain a little bit to connect the dots.
Yeah. You gotta check out their.
You gotta think, man.
You gotta go on their merch website and look at the little vessel video and look at the link that's hidden in there in 1 second.
Oh, God.
That's how they started the lore. If you didn't know,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they put like, you know how they'd have like just like as like flair or whatever on the side for like 21 Pilots in the vessel section of the merch. There's like the repeating thing where like Tyler falls at the end of like Car Radio, and like for like a split second, like a URL pops up, and someone saw it and went, "Oh, I'm gonna type this in," and it was like something about Dima, and he's like, "What's this?" And everyone's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "What an insane way to do that." Anyway, last song here, and by song I mean album.
Last album, it's my number one. I don't remember what Kyle would have ranked it, but it's Clancy, baby.
Regional at best. No, mine's number 3. My Clancy's number 3. Yeah.
I'll accept that placement.
Yeah.
Because we'll go over it again at the end. But yeah, I love Clancy, man. It's as much as like I loved Scaled and Icy, and I like that as like more of my taste in music.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Clancy is just like, I think it is just the perfection of what 21 Pilots is, man. I think it's, you got these weird beat switches. They're trying a whole bunch of very, very different stuff, and most of it is landing, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a lot of like very interesting lore stuff. I think the music videos are like a pretty big step up from what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 down there. Oh, we didn't do regional at best. That shit sucks.
Yeah, it's like it's
not
basically
even
a
a real
demo
album.
of Vessel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even on streaming services, so we didn't count it.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately for you, Kyle, Evening Out with Your Girlfriend is on streaming services.
Yeah.
So when we do Fall Out Boy next month, you do have to listen to that.
it. I have some strong opinions I think you're going to be surprised about when it comes to Fall Out Boy. But I had a little bit of a mental breakdown earlier because of one of the albums. I won't tell you which one.
Oh, no. I'm very excited for this.
I'm excited too.
But yeah, Clancy, it's my favorite of these. I do think it probably has my favorite intro or like beginning and ending tracks. I do think like Overcompensate is my easy favorite first track on any of these albums. I think just the way it starts and it flows so perfectly into the beat. Like I remember when I was listening to your bracket, you were like, well, Jumpsuit's just a better Heavy Dirty Soul. And I would have kind of agreed, but I think Overcompensate is a way better Heavy Dirty Soul.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that was also
feels
before
a lot more like that
Overcompensate
song.
existed.
Yeah, it was before Clancy. That was why I was very interested to hear this, because like we've got 2 new albums since you made that list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And one of them ended up being my favorite. I just think there's so much. I think what I like about Clancy and why it pushes itself over all of the rest is the pure variety you have on this. Like you've got like Overcompensate, which feels like that's a 21 Pilot song. Next Semester is like this.
It's a jam.
Weird, I guess, like kind of 80s like post-punk thing going on.
You know the crazy thing about that song too is what you might think are guitars is actually just a distorted ukulele. He's got the bass and then distorted ukulele in there.
No.
Yeah. You can tell once you know, if you go and you really listen, you can tell by just the way the strings sound.
No.
It sounds great. You can't even tell. It
does sound great.
It's a small guitar.
Now you ruined it. You ruined it for me.
Yeah. You can never escape it.
Yeah. Again, the fucking run. The run in this fucking album is so good. I think the only one I can think of that like I don't remember really is Oldie Station.
I love Oldie Station.
I'm sure it's good. I love every track on this album. Like, you go Overcompensate to Next Semester into Backslide. Nice little chill track. That's the one where he talks about wishing he didn't make Saturday. Yeah. Into Midwest Indigo.
Midwest Indigo.
Holy shit. Routines in the Night was my other highlight track.
It's a great one.
What a fucking track. Yeah. That is the way, like, that is literally just Neon Gravestones with swag. It's so fucking good.
I don't know how that one, for me, that one was like the clear, like, radio single. I was like, oh yeah, this sounds like perfect radio stuff. Like,
what, Routines in the Night?
Yeah, I personally thought that was like, I could hear that on the radio. But what do I know?
I would have heard like Midwest Indigo or Navigating on the radio.
For maybe
like, clearly it wasn't either of those.
If it was a rock station, yeah. But if you're talking about like 104.3, 106.5, I feel like
I guess it's
a bit poppier. But Midwest Indigo could be, yeah.
I do not hear Routines in the Night getting played on the radio. Okay. I think that song is like too dark in tone. It gives a vibe that does not scream radio to me.
Yeah. At the same time, I never understood how Stressed Out was a radio single either. So
that's fair. I think that one just got really like people just really passed that one around before it got on the radio.
Yeah, I think that must have been because I was like, how is this a radio song? Like the whole point is that it sounds dull because it's like lacking life because that's the whole point of the song. But like,
and that's exactly like kind of the same with Routines in the Night is that song is dark because it's the fucking nighttime and it's sleepwalking and shit. Like,
yeah.
And then like Vignette, Craving, which fucking preludes intentions by talking about intentions mean nothing.
Yeah.
Like that shit was crazy to come back around.
Also, it's just fantastic. Like that's probably like the most like raw song he's made. Craving. And it's there's that one part towards like I guess it'd be the bridge where like his voice slightly cracks, and every time I'm like, man, this song's gold.
Another ukulele song, funny enough,
but a great one.
Lavish is pretty fun.
It's silly.
Navigating is awesome.
Navigating's good.
What a good ass song. Snapback it's not my favorite, but I like it and I understand why it had to be there. And probably what became another one of my favorites towards the end is At the Risk of Feeling Dumb. What an incredible song that is.
My only issue with At the Risk of Feeling Dumb is I hate that little instrumental that starts it off. I think, especially like the sentiment, and that's something that grew on me a lot with most of these tracks when I first heard this album. It took a while, like a couple listens before I was like, oh, he's kind of saying something with some of these. Like At the Risk of Feeling Dumb with the whole like, you know, check in on your friends.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, man, like, because at first I just kind of heard that do 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 do, and I was like, oh, that kind of sounds like Weird Circus music. I don't know, but like, if you give it the time, like the song gets really interesting and really good.
There's a video for At the Risk of Feeling Dumb.
Yeah. So one of the things they did for Clancy was he said, I don't like those little motion things that like people do for songs, so we made a music video for every single song.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And they're all
okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, with like the kind of circusy beat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can look past it because it is following the I don't want anyone, only you're not.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you kind of do that, but you forgot Riot Games and Spirit Box made a song. Yeah. that did happen. But no, I think like at the risk of feeling dumb, just the way it transitions into almost an entirely like full blown like rock song at the end of it is incredible. And then Paladin Straight, I think, is an awesome closer. It just, I think the biggest thing I love about Paladin Straight is it's another example of them just being so unafraid to put exactly what they want on the album.
I thought you were gonna say it's another example of a ukulele song.
It is the best example of a ukulele song, I would say, because I straight up thought it was an acoustic guitar when I first heard it.
That's because
and then I watched the video and I was like, watched the video and I'm like, it is a uke, isn't it? Damn it.
Yeah, at some point he switched to a tenor, which is why you probably enjoy it more in some of the later albums versus I think
also
the House of Gold higher pitched ukulele.
Yeah, it's also the way he's playing it. Like he's not just fucking spamming
Strumming.
that shit. Like there is thought behind it. He's kind of plucking around and like almost like kind of playing a riff on Paladin Straight.
Yeah.
I just love the lyrical content of Paladin Straight, and I love the fucking minute of just birds and bug sounds.
Yeah.
before he comes back with like full blown lore additions and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the only bad thing I would personally say about this album is I hate that it doesn't technically end.
Yeah.
And that's another point against Breach that I don't like, is I don't like that Clancy doesn't end, and I don't like that Breach takes an entire album to give me the answer or like the conclusion.
Well, I think that's why also at first I kind of had like a bad taste in my mouth after Clancy, is because it was kind of marketed as like, here it is, the last chapter. And you get in, and then it ends with, you're like, we're diving straight into the lore. And then you get Next Semester, and you're like, okay, this isn't lore, but it's a good song. And you get Backslide, you're like, I don't think this is lore either. And then you get through like the whole rest of the album, you're like, I don't think any of this is lore. And you get to the end of Paladin Straight, and you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
But
I will give you that one. A lot of the meat of this album does not have anything to do with the lore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
not directly, anyways.
The songs are still great, though, I think. And I think that's kind of where I kind of had to reprogram how I was looking at the album. Versus, like, when I first went in, I'm like, this is going to be super lore heavy. It's going to be, like, Trench, maybe. But, there's plenty of great ones. I do think Snapback doesn't need to be there, in my opinion. I think it's just Backslide, but he's not making another point to it. Like,
yes, I will agree.
I think it's a decent song. It's not my favorite, but I also think it's just, I don't know what else he's kind of saying in it that Backslide didn't say already.
I look at it more as of a reprise of Backslide, but kind of differently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I think when I look at it that way, I like it a lot.
That's an interesting way. Also, I have like, and I don't know how many other people say this, but I also kind of wonder how much of like some of these music videos are meant to reference like some of the lore. Because, like, I look at, like, the opening, like, how they kind of use Bandito at the beginning of Overcompensate with, like, the whole I created this world to feel some control, destroy it if I want. And, like, most of the music for videos, outside of what Navigating, Overcompensate, and Paladin Straight, are not lore music videos. But, like, the Snapback music video is him in his garage. He's getting his head shaved. And then when the song ends, the garage opens up and there's a car with headlights pointing at him. And I'm like, that's kind of like Levitate, basically. Like, he got kidnapped in the car in Heavy Dirty Soul. Levitate, he gets his head shaved. So I'm like, is this kind of like outside of lore context in a way? Showing him, like, escaping, maybe shaving his head again to, like, start anew. And then the car represents Dima finding him again in a way. So I wonder if there's intentional stuff like that in some of the music videos. I really don't know. It could just be that one. It could just be a coincidence.
Yeah, I kind of like I said earlier, I don't think this band does anything unintentionally. I think they are very intentional with the things that they do.
Well, and that's what I find so fascinating is I can't help but like, because even like Next Semester, talking about the yellow dashes in the street, when like Trench's 21 Pilots logo has 2 yellow lines for each singular line, almost like road lines. And, like, you wonder, like, is this maybe supposed to, not really, but sort of kind of in a way, maybe talk about, like, what happened to Clancy before he got kidnapped by, Dima for the first time?
I will say it's crazy that the other album like logos or symbols appear in like the jumpsuit video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like when I saw the fucking Psy logo from Scaled and Icy, I was like, what the fuck do you mean that's there?
Yeah.
Like that shit fucking threw me through a loop. I was like, oh, they've known all along. That's crazy.
Wait, where did it appear in the City Walls?
I think it appears like immediately in the video.
I'll have to go back and double check it again. I don't remember.
I'm checking now.
You're checking, all right. But yeah, I mean, I'll keep talking while you pull it up. But even other ones that grown on me was like Vignette, because I always thought the like no not me, it's for a friend line that he would say towards the end. I was like, that's kind of corny. And I don't know why it took me so long to put together, but all the verses he's talking in third person. So like that's him literally admitting like this song is actually about me. This song is not about a friend. I'm being tongue in cheek, and that's why it sounds so happy, because he's kind of like in a way admitting his I guess his problems, and the first solution, or what's it called? What's the phrase? Like the first step to something. The first step is admitting you have a problem. Oh shoot.
Yeah, there it is. It's like, and I think those are all on the Trench album cover too.
Yeah. Well, because that was there to represent East is up, so it's kind of like an E pointing up in a way.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
But it's also.
But then it also becomes the silo. I didn't realize it was one of the logos for. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like this looks pretty similar to how they put Clancy on the Clancy album.
Yeah. And then yeah.
Breach is kind of just a skull.
It's also crazy that they had that Psy symbol, and then they named the next one Scaled and Icy, which is initials is Psy, and then Scaled and Icy is also an anagram for Clancy is dead.
Clancy is dead.
Which
yeah,
is crazy. I assumed
watched
you got
the videos,
that. Yeah.
brother.
If you watched a 2-hour video, I had a feeling, but like for me, that was like the crazy thing.
Yeah, that's another thing I love about Scaled and Icy is just like so much went into just like making this it feels like an album that the CIA made, you know?
Yeah. Well, also,
like
I don't know if this was thrown in your the Lore music video, but one last dump is he said briefly in an interview that because the dragon's name is Trash, and he said in Dima they call vultures trash dragons. So it's basically Dima remaking the Trench logo in their own way, I guess, by putting a dragon on it, a trash dragon versus a vulture, I guess.
Gotcha. Yeah. Interesting. I did not know about that. I knew that the dragon's name was Trash.
Yeah. I thought it was garbage. I forgot for a second.
All right.
I think that's it.
I guess at that rate, yeah, we're done. Let's run back through our rankings again.
Yeah.
I'll go first, I guess. I had in last place, number 7 was Self-Titled, 6 was Vessel, 5 was Breach, 4 was Blurry Face, 3 was Trench, 2 was Scaled and Icy, and my favorite was Clancy.
Mine is at the bottom. The top bottom would be Self-Titled, then Scaled and Icy, then Blurry Face, Vessel at number 4, Clancy at number 3, Breach at number 2, and Trench at number 1.
Yeah, we only had one matching on this one.
Did we? Which one?
Yeah, it was Self-Titled.
Oh, Self-Titled, yeah.
Self-Titled was the only one that matched, and I guess that does make sense.
I will be honest, though. I think the only one that really surprised me on yours was Breach. I thought Breach would have been a bit higher for you. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think it makes sense that it's kind of where it's at for you. But
yeah, I think it might have moved up if, like, I don't know. I just liked... There were a lot of songs on Blurry Face that kind of stood out when I re-listened to it, and I was like, oh, shit, I forgot about this song. Oh, my God. Like, it was a lot of those, like, Polarized, Not Today, Doubt, like, those ones that I, like, forgot about that kind of pushed it up. But, like, again, it takes me a long time to really, like, cement with an album unless it's an album that I'm, like, truly, truly hyped for.
Yeah.
Like, I think back to my end of the year album rankings last year, and I fucking put Bill Murray as my album of the year when goddamn Magdalena Bay put out Imaginal This.
True.
When fucking See You Space Cowboy put out Coup de Grace. When fucking 156 Silence put out People Watching. Like, I look back at that, all those albums, I hadn't had enough time with them yet. And I would put all of those above Bill Murray's American Motorsports.
Yeah.
I think that was just the one that, like, it was so easy to put on. Like, I would just throw that thing on. I'm like, I'm going to enjoy the next hour that I'm listening to.
Yeah. Well, I think, too, with Breach, I think it had a lot of, like, I felt like they almost threw it back to, like, the classic, like, self-titled Vessel kind of vibes, but in a more polished and perfected way, so that also could be something that, like, you probably are less, like, for me it feels like a throwback and feels like a, you know, a nod to the fans who were kind of there the whole time, whereas you're not as, like, I feel like into some of the more 21 Pilot idiosyncrasies that they tend to do. Because even Downstairs was like a demo they had from like 2012. So like,
oh, what?
Yeah, they actually there's a YouTube video that they have on their channel that they did. It was for their tour in like Korea or whatever. So I think it was just like Korea tour 2012, and you can hear like the demo of Downstairs in the background. Yeah. So there's some like really cool little like nods and stuff like that where I think it just kind of, I don't know, because and again, like all this stuff I wouldn't have picked up on either, but then I see it on like the internet somewhere and I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah, somebody's always gonna pick it up.
Like I thought like I knew most stuff, if not all stuff, and then all of a sudden somebody busts out like some other crazy lore. And
that's how I feel about a lot of bands and just a lot of things that I like. Every time I think that I'm really into something, somebody busts out something, I'm just like, man, I know nothing about this.
Well, because I remember back in the day, I had like, there was another like small EP that was just like Tyler stuff that he created, and I was like, okay, so I got that, I got Regional at Best, I got all of their stuff, and now like recently I've been seeing like people be like, oh, well, there's this album, and there's these songs, and then there's this and that. I'm like, where did these come from? I'm like, I thought we got it all. I thought we had it all 10 years ago. Now there's like all these other back demos and stuff.
Yeah, another thing that I fucking makes me mad about Breach is there's a whole ass song missing on streaming.
Oh, Drag Path?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a bonus song for people. It's... I don't know. I'm really curious why they chose to do it that way. I don't know if like they're doing it or if it's their label, but it just felt very greedy. And I have an issue with a lot of bands doing that too, where they'll release like 7 different versions, and they're like, if you buy this version of the album, you get this special poster, but if you buy this version of the album, you get this special song. So you have to buy all of them.
You mean like Taylor Swift right now with her 30 fucking variants of her album that she's come out with to fucking try and get the best-selling first week, or whatever. Didn't Tyler just do that with his vinyl? I don't know.
The creator or the Pilots? The Pilots did, yes. They had a bunch. They actually hit #1 with Breach for the first time on Billboard since Blurry Face. So that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also,
I guess he's talking about Tyler the Creator, but
yeah, probably. That was last year.
Or fucking moron, that was last year.
Tyler the Creator.
No,
I don't think he did.
No, he didn't do that. Listening to an old podcast episode. I see. No, Tyler's album variants were he sold the fucking test presses, which I have one of.
Yeah, I was
for
gonna
Chromacopia.
Because he doesn't typically do a lot of crazy like or at least from what I've seen, like vinyl or CD stuff.
What he does do, or what he used to do, was he used to have a different cover for each format. So like
that's cool.
A different cover on streaming compared to the cover for the CD, compared to the cover for the vinyl, for the tape. Like every single format would have a different cover. Chromacopia vinyl had an exclusive. It might actually.
Okay, I think that's different. It's one thing to add a song to like a physical copy. It's another thing to like sell a physical copy and then go, but this other physical copy has this other song. Also, if you buy it digitally, you get this other thing as well.
Yeah.
And
like
also, if you buy this, and then if you buy the CD version,
it.
you also get this other special thing with the CD. I'm like, you should not.
My issue is that they took away the option to buy it.
Buy what?
Like they took away the option to buy.
It was only for a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just looked it up on YouTube and listened to it. But honestly, like I see some people.
It's just fucking labels trying to make their shit chart.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like I know people like it. I thought it was a good song, but I don't know where it would have fit on Breach. Like it couldn't come after Intentions. Intentions has to end it. Tally's a perfect prelude to Intentions.
I mean, I think it is supposed to come after Intentions.
I guess technically it does, but I don't know. I'd rather have the album without it, if I'm being honest. Like, if I heard Intentions and then another song came after, I'm like, no, Intentions ends it. Why would Intentions not end it?
Yeah.
So for me, yeah, like it's the end of Vessel in reverse.
Yeah. I think it is a good way to end it. I'm now
Yeah.
looking at my Chromacopia vinyl.
Oh, I'll be right back. I'm about to bust. About to bust out.
God. Oh, it's just a poster. Does this even say? I'm telling you right now, it doesn't have a track list on it. Yeah, a song called Mother. Okay, hold on. Oh, shit. None of that is on this. Well, it might be on this.
I'm back.
But it sure as shit doesn't say it.
Wait, what? Sorry, what was that? I bounced out so I could grab my special collection.
I was talking about Chris found the vinyl exclusive song for Tyler called Mother, and I was looking at my Chromacopia test press, and it doesn't have any information on it. It does not have a track list.
It's actually missing half the song
limited
still.
edition double vinyl test pressing. Oh, so the one that I have. Sick.
Double vinyl.
I've never heard it because I haven't spun the album.
So I got
okay.
Breach
what
Here
you're doing,
on vinyl, and I got the first pressing edition, the FPE edition, and I have number 9,162 out of 15,440. So
Well, I've got number 16 out of 30 of Cowboys in Baltimore.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wait, you got to show that on now that I can see your camera. You got to pull that up.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh yeah, sorry, I should have switched away from you when I was showing off my crap, but
Cowboys in B-more.
that's so cool.
I love it.
That's
the back
really
has
fun.
more like heaven stuff on it too.
Did they do that for like every city they went to?
Yes, every city.
That's so cool.
They didn't do like the skyline for every city,
Mhm.
but they did like different variants
Mhm.
for that. Like in Chicago, it's literally just Fall Out Boy's Folie à Deux cover, but instead it says the Callous Cowboys and I Don't Want to See You in Heaven.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Like it is literally the same exact album cover, but with their name on it.
So you have to go to every single tour, so you can.
Yeah, you would have to go to every single tour stop to collect every variant, or just pay people on the internet a lot of money.
Yeah, we did Cowboys already, right? You mean for like a album ranking? Because if you're talking about that, then no.
No, we did not, and they don't have enough albums for me to want to do that yet.
We're camping out at 4 is what's the mark we said. You have to have 4
Yeah,
albums.
I mean, I guess technically, if we want to go 4 releases,
I got my my other little 21 Pilots. I guess it's a 12-inch still, but it's got the location sessions from Trench. So the little they did like lo-fi versions of like Chlorine, Cut My Lip, The Hype and Level of Concern. Oh wait, that's just
nice.
whatever version. I'm gonna flex real quick. I got my 21 Pilots MTV Unplugged on vinyl, cause that's really cool. And then I got Trench. Those are the 4 I have.
Fuck was I just doing? Oh, I was looking at the all discography for the Cowboys. Yeah, we got I Don't Want to See You in Heaven. We got God Smiles.
I thought they only had the 2.
Celebrity Therapist. You thought they only had 2 albums?
Yeah, I thought their debut was the one that they did like 2 years ago or whatever it was. Celebrity
No,
Therapist.
Die on Mars.
Oh wait, I don't know. They might have. They might have enough.
Yeah, I think they do because they've got.
2.
We can technically put God Smiles in there. It is like 20 minutes long.
I don't see God
Despite being
Smiles on
3 songs.
here.
God Smiles Upon the Callous Cowboys. It's an EP.
No, okay, it's an EP. I see My Dixie Wrecked. I see Animal Tetris, and then Die on Mars, Celebrity Therapist, and I Don't Want to See You in Heaven.
Yep. They do technically have enough. I admittedly have not listened to Animal Tetris or Dixie Wrecked.
Yeah, I did not even know they existed. I thought Celebrity Therapist was their first one.
Nope. Do you mean you've never listened to You Know I Had to Do It to Him by the Callous Cowboys? Or She Thinks My Tractor Beam is Sexy?
Oh, no.
How to Attack the Oldest Roller Coaster in America?
Mr. Chuckles wants to know what our
Wait a
album
minute.
is so far.
So far, I mean, it is 100%. I Don't Want to See You in Heaven by the Callous Cowboys for me.
Mine is the album I said earlier in the night, which was Maruja's Pain to Power album. That was a life-changing album for me. It's in the upper echelons for me. I listened to that sucker for the first time and I went, okay. I probably nearly cried a couple times. I nearly cried today listening to one of the songs.
Did they? Okay. I thought I was fucking tweaking for a second.
And yeah, I figured too if Callous Cowboys is releasing that year, I figured it's going to be album of the year for Paul.
Here's the thing. I'm not calling it early. Because while they haven't announced it yet, that new Johnny Booth could still come out this year.
Hey man.
And I'm not calling the race early.
Not just that, man, but Juriskin Fendrix, man. Juriskin Fendrix comes out tomorrow.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, no. He's the guy that does the soundtrack for Poor Things, the movie. If you heard of that movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have heard of that movie.
Yeah, it's one with Emma Stone in it. But, yeah.
Loathe album. Yeah, let's do the... Yeah, that's not coming out, Chris. Static Dress could release an album this year. They've got, like, technically 4 tracks they're kicking around. Not all on streaming, but that's the thing. Is like there could be another Static Dress album this year. There could be a new Johnny Booth this year. There are other artists that I think are of that caliber that I love enough that they might unseat Cowboys. I don't think it'll happen because of how good I Don't Want to See You in Heaven is, but it's possible. It's totally possible.
The Host by Acres. I'm gonna pull that one up.
Yeah.
But I was just gonna end the stream by just first, because I figured I think it'd be nice to kind of keep the bands that we're picking 2 months in advance. So you said that we're doing Fall Out Boy for November, so
Yeah.
I figured I'd do my pick for December, so you can have some time to kind of listen
some
to
extended time.
Yeah, and this one is I picked a short one for you. And granted, it just barely hits the mark. So there's 4 albums, and it's actually, you know what? We're about a Black Country New Road. Boom, right on my shirt right here. So that's
He was hiding it the whole time.
Foreshadowing. I definitely did not do that on purpose, but I should have.
I really thought it was on purpose.
No, it just kind of worked out that way because my 21 Pilot shirt was dirty. But yeah, this is also like one of my favorite bands of all time. They kind of started off in like a post-punk, post-rock kind of vibe, and then releasing their first album in 2021. Then they did an album the very next year, 2022, and this is where they kind of got derailed. They made like an indie rock kind of album, and I don't want to spoil too much about anything or preferences or whatever, but 5 days or a couple days before the album was released, the lead singer makes an announcement saying he's leaving the band. He was like, I'm too depressed, I'm too sad, I can't keep doing this. So from that point forward, the band had to like regroup completely and figure out what they're going to do. They chose not to play any of the songs that they just released with their new album. And they quickly got together like a handful of songs, started touring with those songs, and then at the end, I think end of 2022 or somewhere in 2023, they did a live album of all the songs that they were playing live. And then from there, this past year, actually, so 2025, is when they released their 4th album. So their 3rd album is technically a live album, but it's all songs that are not on any other album. It's basically their regroup kind of thing. So.
Oh, the live at Bush Hall?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why if it was songs from other albums, I would have been like, I can't count it. But it's basically its own album in that kind of way. So they have a very unique kind of experience. And after the first singer left, they were like, we don't want to do lead singer anymore. So they basically just divided up by like whoever wanted to. So like a couple of the guys, or one of the guys sang in the live album, the album that they released this past year, was all just the female artists in the band that were singing. The 3 of them kind of switched places in each song. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
So easy one. But future reference, I don't know if you have my stream up, But after this, what I'm going to do is I have this wheel here. And I'm
you got a wheel for your artist?
Yeah, so from this point forwards, I'm going to spin the wheel twice, and then I'm going to give you both of those names, and I'm going to let you pick between the two, because I think that'll be fun.
Oh, I do see Denzel Curry on the list.
Yeah, there's a couple of these that, like, I really like, and there's some of them that, like, I really like as well, but I might not be familiar with the full catalog. Because, like, Denzel Curry, I love, like, his last couple releases, but I'm not super familiar with, like, some of the older stuff. Or, like...
You not fucking with Zoo?
I have not heard Zoo, no, man. I'm kind of on board late, and I don't always take the time that I should to go back and listen to some older stuff. So that's for me is what a lot of this is for as well. Is like, oh, I liked this guy's last album or last couple albums, but like, I never went and listened to like his one from 2015 because I just like never made the time for it.
Kyle, send me the site that you made the wheel with, because I would like to also make a wheel so I don't forget about some of these. Because like, at present I have like August Burns Red in mind. I think the Dowboys one would be funny, but like I don't.
Dowboys
like I have like.
It counts.
Dowboys would be fun. Dowboys would be fun, especially since you haven't listened to Die on Mars, which is insanity, by the way.
Yeah, I did not know that they even had that many.
Not Godspeed You Black Emperor.
I meant to put them on earlier, man. I forgot to.
All right, well, chat, I'm going to look at the old raid button and see who to raid here. We're going to get y'all out of this bitch. Who that I follow is streaming.
All right, well, I'm gonna hit on that outro now so I can have something nice to edit out. Thank you guys for tuning in to our Not Very Radio podcast. I hope you guys had a good time. And yeah, tune in. Do we want to schedule a date now?
Yes, we should probably do that now.
Yeah, unless Paul's internet goes out again, then November 3rd. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that is a Music Monday. I have nothing on the calendar for that.
All right, cool. So this way, when I edit it, and
that is the day after daylight savings, we're gonna be in rough shape.
Wait, I thought this was the good daylight savings. Is this the bad daylight savings?
No, this is the bad one. No, this is the good one.
I think
this is the good one.
Yeah, because you get the good one when it gets bad, and then you get the bad one when it becomes good. That's how I kind of comprehend it. But yeah. So I'll hopefully, my plan with these is to kind of edit them up and get them uploaded like the week before we do the next one. So then if someone happens to like watch it, they can be like, oh, they're talking about this thing that's happening on like 5 days from now.
Yeah.
But yeah, bye.